Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we are back with the Hype Group H-135 Helicopter, and it's gone through some really wonderful improvements. Once again, this is version 0.92, and stay tuned guys, I think you're going to really enjoy this one. Alright, so right off the bat, we picked a rainy day on purpose so you could see the weathering textures on the windshield have obviously been resolved. It looks absolutely fantastic. We do have some weird behavior coming up over top, but I can't decide. Oh, that's just window tinting. We're good. Nope, that's normal. Okay, let's actually check that for a second. Is that window tint? Yeah, I think that's window tint. Yep, okay. Anyway, so it looks absolutely fantastic. There's a couple other things right off the gate that I want to point out. I'm going to take a look at all the texturing that just continues to change. I swear, every time I get in this aircraft, it gets better and better and better. We also have a new flight mode, okay? AFCS fails. So this is going to be level 4. So you have, obviously, the Xbox or PS4 controller, basic, advanced, and the AFCS fails. So this is going to be really awesome to check out. The EFB I still have not set up. I continuously forget to get back after that. But let's go ahead and take a look at starting the aircraft so that way we can check out some of the new systems and sounds. Alright, so right off the bat, the first thing I'm going to show you guys too, notice the switches. So in the previous version, the switches had a really slow movement. That looks like that has finally been resolved, so I'm super stoked about that. And let's go ahead and flip on the standby battery. Avionics 1, Avionics 2. And let's see here, what else we got? Prime 1, Prime 2, forward and aft fuel tanks. Turn on that strobe light, anti-collision light, position light, and landing light. Actually, hold off on the landing light for a minute. And let's, if I can get my camera views to work. Come on, there you go. Gosh, I don't know what that was all about. There, that's what I wanted. All right, and then another cool thing, notice all of our displays are off. You have to turn them on now. I love it, absolutely freaking love it. And that looks like, yes, look at that. So you have brightness controls now. Using your mouse wheel, you just put your mouse over here and wind up and down and you can control the brightness. Love it. All right, let's start our engines. Listen to that. So they still have that little transition where it starts winding up and then boom, brrr, you know, but that sound is getting better and better with each new version of this aircraft that we fly. All right. I'm going to go ahead and spin up number 2. And we can hide the flight stick. You can acknowledge your errors now. Or your warnings, I should say. Set our barometric pressure. clock. What's this guy supposed to be? I'm not sure what we're supposed to be looking at here. Looks like just a picture, maybe a spot holder. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Turn our airspaces on and off. Weather radar. Whoo. How cool is that? That's beautiful. Ah, you guys are doing such a great job with this aircraft. Oh, hey, we have two engines at idle. Let's flip the FADEC on. Whoa! That was my fault. I had my throttle up again. Really gotta learn to stop doing that. I recentered it, but I did it when we were in the external view, so it didn't actually process that control. And you know what else I need to make sure? I'll be right back. Okay, definitely helps when you have the right controller profile set up as well. Alright, so now, let's take a look at what we got here. Fuel 1 on, prime pump on, fuel 2, heater off. So, let's go upstairs. Probably didn't need to leave those on, didn't mean to. And our pitot heat, actually I think is in the back. Oh, there's our gen switches. Oh, didn't want to do that. Okay, apparently they're on by default. Now, where did they put our pitot? Where's the anti-ice? Look at this, guys. This looks so fantastic. They are coming so far with this aircraft. Love the texturing. Looks beautiful. Sorry, ooh, shiny moment. I'm actually not sure what NR high means. I'm gonna have to look that up. Autopilot trim is disconnected. Let's go back upstairs for a second. I think we're missing something here. What's fuzz burn? There's a bunch of things here I'm gonna have to look up. Cabin lights. I think those were our pitot heats right there. Yep. What's this though? When we got something else. We have an autopilot error. Just decoupled the autopilot. I'm just looking around at all the changes, guys. This is really amazing stuff. I love everything they're doing with this bird. It's really come an amazing way. Alright, well, let's take her up for a spin, because the other thing that was changed... Oh. We have a light on. Let me turn the air conditioning off. I thought I turned the lights off. That sure looks like a light right there. Yeah, that's the pitot heats. Whatever. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's supposed to be emulating from the PFD there. too cool. All right. Well, let's take the aircraft for a spin and see what she's like. So let's review real quick what some of the changes for this were. I'll bring those up on the screen and let you guys take a peek at this for a second. And as you can see, it's quite extensive. Go ahead and rotate down. There we go. So you guys can feel free to pause at those two sections if you need to. That way you can check them out. All right, let's buttons add to control flight mode. Oh, there's our answer. Let's pull this off for a second. There it is. Nice. All right. Yep, let's get airborne. All right, so now let us check out this new flight model. So start by out as I always do, slowly adding some collective. Oh, hey, our flight mode changed. I don't want that. Oh, that changes it. There we go. Well, that switched it down to advanced. Interesting. Why is that doing that? Is it just a warning that the autopilot is disabled? Huh. That's really weird. Alright, well, let's just use that. And here we go. So it feels like the ground effect has changed. Adding collective, adding collective, adding collective. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's different. Wow. Oh, mercy. Okay. This thing is phenomenal. Literally every single time I fly this thing, it gets better and better and better. Now there is some weird behavior bouncing it around a little bit, and I don't know how much of that is the flight model and how much of that is the weather or a combination of the two. Ooh, we are in zero visibility here. But it is requiring much more anti-torque input than before, even while in straight flight at 150 knots. So that's pretty awesome. And I do expect it to fly, obviously, a bit easier, if you will, than the Bell G47 would, or 47G, whatever it is. just because it's obviously much more streamlined airframe, much newer technology. You know, obviously those things have to be taken into consideration. You know, when you think about the development of an aircraft, and one of them was built back, what, before Vietnam, I think Korea, right? And, you know, the other one's obviously much more modern day. But, like, check that out. Like, my goal there was to follow the river down. And all I did was bank it over and didn't give it enough time to compensate for the momentum I'd already created. And I did not, I didn't fly it correctly. So I didn't use anywhere near enough counter torque. Or any torque input. Yeah, there's some weird bouncing movement that's happening though. That's kind of weird. I'm curious if it has something to do with the weather that we picked. Let's try it. Let's change the weather here. Oh, why did I do it like that? Okay. Yo, mama. Alright. Well, you know, things happen, right? Alright, let me set some altitude here. What's our current altitude? Let's do that. Set it to about 400 feet. Set our heading bug. Heading is currently fine. And let's activate our autopilot. Getting an autopilot failure. Problem is every time I tick these, I mean, yeah, mama. Like that, look at that. Tick it all the way down to basic. I don't understand what it's doing. Hello. I hope that's just a bug, because that's really weird. I don't want the basic flight behavior. I want the advanced. The autopilot's working all of a sudden. Maybe level 4 is an autopilot FCS, automatic flight control systems failure. I am mental. Sometimes I am very mental. Oh, level 4 AFCS failure. We'll have to try that out. Oh, hey, the autopilot won't work. I wasn't always like this, guys. It happened after you have children. Once you have children, the weirdest things just start happening to you mentally. I can't explain it. Yeah, at least that's the one I'm going with. Anyway, let's disengage that autopilot now. Let's fly her some more. This aircraft is probably the most fun I've had going low and dirty. Getting down in the mud with it is just a ton of fun. The Bell is much more challenging. I mean, the hands down, much more challenging. But again, you know, at first you tell yourself, well, you know, that just means that this one isn't realistic. I don't think that's true. Again, you have to look at just the airframe, you know, of the Bell compared to this one. It's not streamlined. It doesn't have all the computer components and flight stabilization systems that, you know, improve some of the stability and the functionality of the aircraft. It doesn't have a idiot pilot named Overkill behind the seat of it who's crashing it into things. Well, actually, that's not true. I think I crashed it on my first flight. But still, we won't talk about old stuff. So, I mean, they both have their place. This aircraft is fun to grip it and rip it. I mean, and don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, you guys are watching it live here. Well, not live, but you get the gist. As I'm recording, as I'm flying. And you guys are seeing what I'm going through here. So, I mean, it's... you know, the challenges here, like, that's me kicking the tail rotor over. But, alright, sorry for that little hiccup. I bumped my recording button. Glad I caught that. I've done that so many times. I have it bound to my HOTAS, that way it makes it easy to start and stop the recording when I'm flying. But anyway, this aircraft is an absolute joy to fly. And now let's go ahead and test. They also said they made it easier to reduce its speed, so let's start checking some of that out. if we can't put it into a decent hover manually. It has an auto hover. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on, collective, 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 collective. More or less. Not bad. Still got forward momentum happening, but let's see if I can get that zeroed in here. It's taking a lot of effort right now. Oh, now we're going backwards. It's a fight, guys, but it's fun to do. Like, it's really a lot of fun. This aircraft is absolutely amazing. And again, it gets better and better and better with each update into a significant... You know, it's funny because I was actually getting worried about these guys. I hadn't seen an update in quite a while. And I think now I know why. I mean, the transition from forward or from arrested to forward flight, I mean, it's not dramatic anymore like it was. It was very... Previously, it was very radical. Like, it was just boom, all of a sudden, off you went, right? Where now it's how do I put it? I want to say much more of a realistic transition. You know, given, obviously that's going to be in comparison to what you do with the cyclic, right? I mean, if you pitch the thing nose down, yeah, you're going to drop like a rock and start hauling butt, but... Whoo, got close to that tree. Again, a lot of tail rotor inputs being required now, where previously it wasn't. And you're really having to counteract every movement with that cyclic. Like you're in, you're out, you're in, you're out. You know, you're left and you're right. Let me see if I can. There we go. Do this without crashing. Now you can't really see what I mean, but and the movement is much more realistic on the cyclic. It's not all over the place. All right, let's see. Let's wrap this up and see what landing this bird is like. I think today we're just going to pick a spot out here somewhere. Italy is so beautiful. I want to go one day, I really do. I gotta come scream past the water again. I really like doing that. Like if I let off, like, so here's the tail rotor at neutral. You can see what it's doing. It's coming off. So gotta stay on it. All right, let's find us our landing location here. waypoints. Yeah, I mean, I'm really fighting it right now, trying to get it to a position where I can get her back into a nice, stable flight. And again, I'm not using the autopilot on purpose. Like, I really, when I do these reviews, I really try hard not to use the autopilot. Because, I mean, the autopilot, yeah, sure. You know, it's cool, it's fun. But the thing about autopilot is it takes control out of your hands. You know what I mean? So, it's just one of those things. Let's just pick one of these fields to land in for now. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Never mind. There's our airport out in front of us. Whoa, getting some stuttering going on. That's the train. It's very challenging. And just constant work. Now, if you guys are watching the control surfaces there, all right, here we go.